Hello everyone, I'm back. The topic of today's video is how the narcissistic parent ruins our choices in romantic partners and how we choose romantic partners that literally model the same behavior of narcissistic parents. So from a very young age, in a narcissistic household, the definition of love is completely distorted. And because the emotional needs of the child of a narcissist are not met, there's a significant void in that person. And that later on leads to poor choices in romantic partners. The narcissistic definition of love is what you can do for me. What you can do for me. The measure of love is how much you can do for me, or how much money you can spend on me. If you listen to the audio recording with my dad in the very first video of this channel, his definition of love is how much money he spent on it. You understand that? So, it's a distorted definition of love. The love is not conditional, or is not unconditional. Instead, it's conditional, and it's not real love. So you grow up with this distorted definition of love. There's a significant void in the child of a narcissist. And what happens is romantic partners model literally the same behavior of the narcissistic parent. Nothing we ever did was good enough, or nothing we've ever done was good enough for the narcissistic parent. It's like no matter what we do, there's something we've done wrong. So there's that feeling of inadequacy, right? Well, we choose romantic partners that literally make us feel the same exact way, that we're not good enough. No matter what we do, it's not good enough. I keep choosing these kinds of people that literally model the same way my narcissistic parents have behaved. These romantic partners literally made me feel the same exact way as my narcissistic parents. Inadequate, not good enough. No matter what you do, it's not good enough. It's very frustrating. So I talked about how the void left in the child of a narcissist due to the emotional needs not being met, and that leading to poor romantic partner choices. Because of that distorted view and definition of love, and because it's so ingrained in us, that's all we know. So when we choose romantic partners, they're literally the same. And this has happened to me so many times. It's frustrating. But you end up choosing the same people. And I'll explain why this is. This is like a cycle. It's a cycle of a constant reenactment of traumatic experiences and events. And it's all as a result of It's all as a result of what psychologists refer to as repetition compulsion. And it's the cycle that I just mentioned. It's the cycle of choosing romantic partners that literally model the same behavior as the narcissistic parent and just do not have any empathy, and they end up screwing you over, and this leads to constant disappointments. And if I think about all the romantic partners I've been with, all of them in one way or another modeled the same exact behavior of either my dad or my mom, or both. And at the end of the relationship, discard phase, all I felt was a sense of inadequacy and a sense of no matter what I do, it's never good enough. I'm not good enough. That's really, really painful. But it's all a result of repetition compulsion. And many times this repetition compulsion, I keep mentioning it, it's unconscious. We don't see it. We don't recognize it. The key to avoiding this repetition compulsion is working out the unfinished business, unresolved business, dealing with our childhood. Dealing with our childhood experiences with narcissistic parents. The emotional abuse, physical abuse, in some cases, sexual abuse. So, the best way to avoid this or decrease the likelihood of this repetition compulsion is to resolve unresolved childhood problems. Because I think somebody made a post on Instagram, and I've been very, very active on Instagram, Child of Narcissist. Follow me if you haven't already. But I saw an Instagram post that basically said our relationship problems are really our childhood problems. And it made a lot of sense after I put in some deep thought. And I've got no contact with yet another former romantic interest. And I wondered why I kept feeling the same way I felt after the end of the abuse cycle with my dad, for example. It's all repetition compulsion. That cycle. Let me know what you think in the comment section.